Hello. So I thought I would show everybody today how I get cells in my pour paintings without using silicone or the coconut milk or any of that stuff because we have a young kid and I would prefer not to use chemicals if at all possible. So I thought we would do somewhat of a peacock look today, and I just used the apple barrel paints, nothing special. And I use this. Sorry, it's sort of backwards, but you see it. And here is the secret ingredient that I have found works so well to make cells. Ba-ba! Ultra Deluxe Dish Soap. Awesome. Yeah, nothing that special, but anyhow, that's what I use. So let's just get started because I don't want to ramble on. So I thought we would just do a cup pour. So I am going to add just a little bit of soap. Not much, just a little bit to each one. It'll take me a minute, but give me a second, I'll be right back. And this is only one of the secrets to getting cells. I will give you all the other secrets while I'm doing this, because I think it's nice to tell other people how to do something without making them go out and spend thousands of dollars trying to figure out how to get the perfect cells or the perfect colors or any of that. But you tell me how it turns out. In fact, I'd love to see some of your work if you do your own YouTube video or just want to send a picture on the comment area. But we shall see if anybody even watches this, which is fine if you don't, fine if you do. I'm not picky. I just like showing people how to do something and save money. Almost done. Just a few more colors. And normally I don't do this kind of canvas because it will warp at times because it gets so wet. So just bear in mind that if you are going to do some paint pouring, I prefer to use the stretched canvas over the board canvases, but it's totally up to you if you just want to use a board just for practicing to see if this works, or, what the case may be. But I like adding the soap, like literally the last minute, because that way as it separates, it'll do it a little bit better on the canvas. So now that we're done with that, let's see, let's take a cup, and granted I reuse cups. I know, trying to save money. Oh, one other thing. My store did not have metallic green paint. Well, that's the problem when you want to do the metallic colors. So, I'm going to show you something that'll save you a bit of money. So, you see, this is just regular green. As I said, just apple barrel, nothing special. So, what I do is I take my gold metallic that I have tons of because I love metallics, and I will add it to my green, and look, it magically makes it a green metallic. And you can play around and get the green that you want. It's not, that hard to do, but it's a way to save money because, metallic paint costs a lot, and if you can make a lot of metallic paint with just a little bit of metallic in there, look at the prettiness. It's shimmery, and you can already see the cells in it. So here are the big secrets I found. Number one, when you're filling your cup, surprise, surprise, like say you have a dark green, all right, you want green in your painting, do a little bit of dark green, not much. I'm telling you, don't use much, and I'll show you why. And you want to use a little bit of light green. You don't want to keep with the same color. I promise you. Now, what's lighter than green? Well, if you want green, you want a little color splash. You go use a little touch of orange. Notice I'm not putting much in the cup. Now I'll go back to my big green, my beautiful dark metallic green I just made. I'll say I want a little bit of purple. This is glow in the dark purple. It's just because I really like how the color pops. You will have to use a little bit more water in that. But because I'm using a light purple, guess what? I'm going to go back and get a metallic dark purple. Because if you can get light and darks of the colors, it will make it pop. Not to mention, you notice how little I am putting in? Light blue, just a little light metallic. You see how little I'm putting in? I'm not pouring in a lot. That is what's going to create your cells. I can tell you that right now. You add a lot at one time, you are not going to get beautiful cells. I'm going to add just a touch of white, give it a little splash. Another secret to getting cells is using a lot of paint. Now, granted, I do not like to be that person that wastes a lot of paint, but you're going to waste more paint if you use less paint because you're not going to get the cell you want, you're not going to get the canvas look you want, and you're going to be very disappointed and more than likely not want to keep the canvas, which is wasting. So, I'm using just a touch of black with my white. As I said, you want to use little amounts to make your cells. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you it'll give you the most beautiful cells you have seen. My husband didn't believe me, and you know what happened when he tried my way? He had a beautiful painting come out of it. And I'll actually show it to you at some point maybe. But for now, let's work on this one. Now, as you can see, I'm just adding little bits. I'm not adding a lot. I'm going back, adding layer after layer. And if you can add just enough to get it to stick on top, you see how it just stays on top? That's how you get your layers. So, that's what I am doing at the moment. Nothing really that special, but I'm telling you, it works really, really well. Oh, by the way, the dish soap that I used, you know where I got it? For such a large amount, went to my local Dollar Tree and I bought it for $1. So this way is way less expensive, and if your kids want to join in, it's perfectly, well, not maybe perfectly, but it is way safer for them to help you in this than, say, you know, if you were using silicone. Now, I know a lot of people think silicone's safe, which it could be, but, you know, with a young kid in our family, I would prefer not to have that many, you know, chemicals around. You can probably hear him in the background saying, yep, mommy's right. Mommy's always right. So as you can see, I'm just adding little by little, sort of going by what I feel it needs. And it kind of looks pretty in the cup, doesn't it? And that's sort of the secret to a good pour, is getting a pretty cup, which I think is nice anyways, just to look at. But we shall see what we get, won't we? And who knows, this might make me look like an idiot if the cells don't show up, but we shall see, won't we? Sorry if you can't see very good. This is one of my first videos, and so you know how that is. Whoops. But, you know, pouring's fun either way you look at it, so if you don't get what you want the first time, try again. I'm going to add a little bit more white to that, just to give it a difference. Now, I'm going to have to run and get my hairdryer because I was being all willy-nilly earlier. And this is what it looks like right now. So, I'm going to go ahead and pour, and then I'm going to go run and get my hairdryer. Now, granted, I use a kitty litter box, clean, never been used by a kitty, but, you know, it works for what I'm doing. So, let me just take this out of focus for a second. Now I'm turning it upside down. Nothing that special. See, I'm already getting the little dots I like, and I haven't used anything but soap and a little bit of water. I'll give you a better thing in a minute. Just give me 1 second. Told you I'd be back. So, how did it go while I was gone? Keep a good eye on my paint for me. Okay. So, now that I got my hair dryer, let's lift the cup and see what magic we get, huh? Woo! And as I said, I was going for more of a dark, but see all the cells already in it? I haven't even really did anything other than the soap. I mean, look at those beautiful cells. I promise you, you will get cells this way, and you do not have to use silicone. I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. Now, granted, I'm not tooting my own horn, but toot toot. And look how big they get. I'm telling you, and you've got to use a lot of paint. That's the other secret, children. is do not think you're saving money by actually using less paint, because you are not. You're actually losing more. Now granted, you know, as I said, I wanted a dark painting, so let's see what we end up getting. Sorry if you can't see it, I'll get it back in focus in a second. Just trying to get the thing. Now look at that. Now I know it's hard to see, but I haven't air dried it yet. Let's see what we get. I want to try to get some of the colors back. I mean, I like dark, but I really do like getting the color pop too, you know? And granted, I might have used a bit of black, but you can see the cells already coming out. I mean, it's just pretty to me, but you be your own judge. And for me, my husband likes the torch better, but he's a man, and you know, they're all little arsons. But for me, I really like the hair dryer. For me, I've never been one to really use, you know, much of a fire on paintings. But, you know, whatever makes you happy, use what you think is best for you. And if you need to add a little of your extra just to not waste, like you can see a little area that needs a little bit, you can always add just a touch and roll it right back if you need to. I've really thought about doing another one that I think y'all would like. Sort of a Disney theme, but you tell me in the comments if you're even interested in seeing another one, because I mean, you might not. You might say, you know what, this is not what I was after. You know, I didn't get the same effects, you know, whatever the case may be, but I'm telling you, you just use what I told you. And to me, I really like enjoying, you know, using the simple stuff. You tell me what you think. You might be bored of hearing me talk. I know my husband gets that way at times, and I can't blame him for that. But as you can see, there are cells coming through. I wish I could have got a little more blue, maybe. Should have probably used blue, naughty me. But I think it turned out pretty nice, considering this was just a dirty old canvas I had laying around. And normally I wouldn't do a hair dryer this much, but I literally wanted to show you what you could get. And I'm sorry, this is not the best camera. This is not, you know, I'm no professional by any means. But you can see all the